Hello, and welcome to this evening time taste challenge. We have two American blended whiskeys, both aged 3 years. They're 80 proof, 40% alcohol, and they're both blended at an 80-20 blend ratio, meaning 80% grain neutral spirits, 20% straight whiskey. This is bottled in New Jersey, and this is bottled in Kentucky. And I bought both of them at Total Wine and More in Metairie, Louisiana. They were both the same price, $13.99. Now the price is going up; it's like $15.99 now. But when I bought them, it was $13.99 for each bottle. All right, Bankers Club introduced in 1969. I could never find out when Classic Club was introduced. Could not find it out. But there you go. They're very similar. Very similar. Do they have coloring or flavoring added? No, they don't say that on the bottle, and they are allowed to have coloring or flavoring added, but they're not required to disclose that. But it looks like these two companies are pretty good about putting that on the bottles. If they have coloring or flavoring added, they'll say caramel color, natural flavors, and they're not saying that, so I'm assuming they don't have it. Beer Hounds. All right, it's Bill in. It is Bill in California watching the live broadcast. So welcome to the broadcast, Bill. Okay. And then I'm going to go watch the important within the context of not being important, the National Socialist Football League, Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens tied 7-7 at halftime. Okay. Mr. John Lennon or the Beatles ever going to get back together again? Okay, anyway, so there's Bankers Club on the market for over 50 years. And there's a whole line of Bankers Club. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Beer Hound says, laughing out loud. Okay, thank you. Here is the famous, famous by no stretch of the imagination. I kid around. I'm a kidder. It's a gift. I can't help it. But here's, but as a comedian and all, as a comic in all seriousness, this is Classic Club, American blended whiskey. And nothing says quality like plastic. Nothing like the thud of plastic. Oh, yeah. All right, but now to get to the next step, the visuals. Okay, they're both, well, that's pretty close. They're both amber gold. Poured a little bit too much of one, but it's not a big difference. Got me some Maker's Mark. It's pretty good. Yeah, I've never had Maker's Mark, but I'm familiar with the brand. I've had Maker's. No, I've never had it. I've never had Maker's Mark of any type. Sorry, never had the base model, the premium model, the ultra premium model. But I would be open to having it. It's just that, I've got so many bourbons, it's like unreal, and it doesn't stop. It just keeps, because they keep coming out. I keep finding these obscure bourbons that's been out of production 30 years, whatever, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get it. And they're so cheap. If they were expensive, then I wouldn't gotta get it. If they were expensive, I'd be like, I don't need that. But when they're super cheap, then I gotta get it. Okay, so let me turn on the lamp. Better lighting. Beer Hound says that Classic Club looks better to me. Maybe it has a better label. Oh, I'm glad you reminded me. Okay, so the Bankers Club, this is what they have from Bankers Club. There's a Bankers Club Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Bankers Club Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It is 80 proof standard, and it is premium quality. Obviously, everything's premium. Sour mash, 80 proof. Okay, so who makes it? We don't know. We know who bottles it, but we don't know who makes it. But anyway, but we do know it's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey sour mash, 80 proof, age at least 4 years. I don't see an age statement. Might be 3 years on the bottleneck, but at least we know it has no coloring or flavoring. It's pure Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Probably pretty good stuff. And I did see that stuff one day. I did see it, but I didn't buy it. I have so many things. Bankers Club brandy. I have a bottle, not the glass, but I have the beautiful plastic. Haven't opened it yet. There's the blended whiskey. Got it right there. Bankers Club gin, gold rum, silver rum, blended scotch. Never seen it. There's a lot of these kind of Scotch whiskeys. I saw some today. McCormick. It's $15.99 for the handle. I didn't buy it, but it's not a bad deal. Bankers Club vodka. So there's a whole line: vodka, Scotch, rum, silver, gold. There's gin. There's blended whiskey, bourbon whiskey, and brandy, which is a type of liquor made from grapes. So you can look at the website at your leisure. Okay. I went to the incredible, amazing, and not to mention fantastic international market of Metairie, Louisiana today, and I tracked down that new bourbon, but it's not really new because the bottle is very old. But it's new for me, and it was $12.49 plus tax. $12.49 plus tax, full size bottle. Yeah, that's a really old one. Okay, but that's another story for another time, and I'll probably be 10 years before I get to it at the rate I'm working at. Okay, I'm all over the blended stuff, says Beer Hounds. Some people do like blended better than straight. I used to know this guy. He died, unfortunately. It was an amazing thing, because he seemed healthy. To me, he seemed healthy. Like he's just working at bingo, and he says, "Oh, can you get me some Canadian whiskey?" I said, "Which brand?" He said, "Oh, it doesn't matter. I like all those Canadian blends." I said, "Okay." He said, bring a Sprite." He'd mix it with Sprite, which I wouldn't do, but he did. Okay. And he just got ill. To me, it was like he got ill on Tuesday and was dead on Friday. It was like insane, Some kind of breathing trouble or something. I don't know. I couldn't get over it. Guess he was 70. Oh, but let's see. I must be thinking he must have been about 74, something like that. If you'd have told me, "Oh, that guy's about to die," I'd have laughed. He used to drive cars for car dealerships. Like, like they say, "Oh, this Ford dealership in Louisiana is going to send a Mustang to Michigan." No, they need a Mustang from Michigan. And they can't wait for the truck, the truck that delivers it, those car trucks that deliver the cars. So they would take a car to Michigan, like a used car that they were going to sell up there in Dearborn, let's say. He would drive it all the way. Then they would get the brand new Mustang GT, like say this is 2020, 2021. And they say, drive it to Utica, Mississippi, whatever. And they'd still sell it as new. They've been on the highway for 600 miles. They go still sell it for new. I don't know how to get away with that, but they would do it. And he would do that as his job. He retired from some refinery or whatever, and that's what he would do. Just be driving cars all around. That would drive me nuts. I couldn't stand being in the car all that time. But he would get paid a lot of money, really a lot of money to do was sit in a car. And he said, you have all these amazing sports type cars. You get to drive all Camaro Z28, brand new, driving it. He said it was amazing. But anyway, but then that was it. He died. So no more driving. Was it COVID? No, I don't think it was anything like that. It was just something like I never seen him smoking. I never saw him smoking, but I don't know. You never know. What's going on with people. I didn't know him personally. I didn't hang out with him, but I knew him from bingo, working at bingo Knights of Columbus bingo. I would love to have a job like that. I know I would hate it, but you would. Some people loved it, driving everywhere. Hello, Ron. Enjoying your video while stuck at home watching the heavy, the heavy snowstorm here in Pennsylvania. Thanks for the entertainment. Cheers, says Mike Thompson. You're welcome. About to go entertain myself with the National Socialist Football League, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, well, we'll go see about that. All right. It smells like any old thing. It smells like any old thing. Now, when I say that, it sounds negative, right? Like, oh, you said that's any old thing. I don't mean that like it's negative. I just mean it smells like any old thing. Like it could be any old thing. Like any old quality whiskey. However you want to look at that. Haha, let's go Ravens. Well, that's the hot team now. I went to see the Pelicans last night. That was a fiasco. $25 down the drain. But even if they won, it's 25. But I didn't mind. But I wouldn't go see that too much. Once a year, I could tolerate it. Twice a year, I would hate it. But it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. All right. It was fun to an extent. All right. But anyway, all right. I stayed for the whole game from the very first second to the last second. Okay, so that smells standard, just standard. All right, over here. Yes, but with more character. So this smells the same, standard in that sense, but there's more to it. There's more fullness. Hard to describe, but thanks for reminding me, Ron. I do love watching a good game with some food and a cold beer, says Beer House. Yeah, I'm gonna go lay down. So, this is gonna be over quick and go and watch. I don't care who wins, honestly. But I just watch, like if I watch college basketball, I'll be like Wright State and University of Detroit at Mercy. Detroit Mercy. People like, who are you going for? I was like, I don't care. I don't even know about these teams. I'm just watching it. I knew a lady, she died, but she told me, you got to go for somebody to watch a game. I said, no, I don't. I told her that. No, I don't. I just watch it. Okay, so appearance, tie, aroma. Maybe this one has an advantage because it's a little fuller in the nose, but I'm not sure about that. I'm a weird, good football game at home makes me feel all cozy. He's weird. It does make me feel cozy too, especially when I get sleepy and I go to sleep. And then I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and get back and watch more video reviews. I got a lot of backlog video reviews, actually, I got to get to. All right, cheers, taste. But I've been getting through them, but I piled up a bunch of new ones. All right. So I'm getting cornmeal, like sweet cornmeal, but more like cornmeal, which I guess is sweet. Oak barrel, vanilla. I know I'm gonna say it, the same old thing. Honeysuckle nectar. Well, that's what they taste like. And medium body, and it's mostly dry finish, semi-dry finish. It's nice, medium. It's pleasant, basic. But it's easy going. It's fine. I think it must be Classic Club. My dad is a graduate of University of Detroit. Says Commerce Ozzy. Oh, Detroit Mercy, the Catholic University over there in it's not technically in Detroit, it's like one of those little enclaves, a city inside of a city, like University Place inside of Houston. Oh, that sounds cool. I see you're gaining a lot of subs. You deserve it. Hadn't been gaining any in the last week. You go through these periods where it's like stale, nothing. But I don't care. I mean, I care in the sense that I appreciate people watching and I that they subscribe. I don't mean it like that. But I don't care in the sense that I'm not worrying about it. I really am not worried about it. If people watch and they enjoy the videos, that's what I care about. To me, get on here talking about, oh look, I got this many subs. I can assure you, I just don't care. It's nice. It's nice that it grows. If a lot of people watch, that's nice. But to say it's important, I cannot say that. I can't. I was glad when I had 15 subs. Everything else is they say in Louisiana, lagniappe. In other words, extra. Everything above 15 was extra. I'm not saying that to be sarcastic. It's really, I said, I didn't know if anybody would ever watch. I did videos I didn't think anybody would watch, really. Maybe they would watch. Maybe they will watch. I watched. I don't know. I didn't know if they would, but they did. Mostly the people were nice. Some people weren't nice, but I guess they got mental problems. Anyway, it's the same thing, but this one's nuttier. Oh, nutty. Okay. I think the Classic Club I remember is being sort of nutty in its character, like significant. I don't know about significantly nutty, but maybe more so than the other one. So maybe that's a Classic Club. You're pretty popular among the beer and booze community. Oh, thank you. Well, it depends who you talk to. Maybe nefarious. Some people don't like me because of, I think, ridiculous and irrelevant political opinions, which I don't know what that's got to do with beer, wine, and liquor. Like they'll say, one week, you did a great review as always. Now, that's a statement. You made it as always. That means I always do a great review. Okay, you made the statement. Then a week later, oh, you said something about this political topic. I'm so angry. I'm unfriending you. I don't even know who you are. But you can't back out of it because you already said I always do great reviews. So I guess even though you think I'm a terrible person because I voted for somebody you don't like, does that make sense? Um, I guess you kind of trapped because you said that I'll always do great reviews. So looks like that's what counts. The reviews. I got on here to make video reviews, not to like fulfill your political aspirations as far as who you want to get elected. I might have mentioned that on Facebook, like, oh well, I mean, I know that's important. But it's funny because the people never even contacted me because they never even said, oh, I want to watch your videos because you said something about World War II. No, they did. They wanted to watch the videos because I said something about a beer. I understand that is totally. I understand that totally. I catch flack from my Trump flag. Oh yeah, I believe it. I see that flag and I'm thinking, oh yeah, people coming at him. But people are insane. They're maniacs. And then they'll call everybody else maniacs. They're like crazy out of their head and go around telling everybody else they're crazy. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm not crazy. I'm not screaming and hollering on the internet. I'm tasting whiskey. This one's good. This one's pretty good. But you don't want going crazy. Uh, your videos, Mike Thompson says, your videos help me decide if I want to purchase a beer or not, which I appreciate. And your political views should not matter to everyone else. It does seem to, though. Laughing out loud. That's so true. So, says Bill, Beer Hounds. I don't know. I'm not into all that. I got friends who have political views that I think are totally outrageous and ridiculous. But I don't say, oh, well, I'm not going to be your friend because you said Lyndon Johnson was a good president. I don't like you anymore. I'm not worried about that. All right. All right. These are very similar. I'm not trying to stall it. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm not trying to stall the video. I heard some of your views and I like them, says Beer Hounds. Oh, thank you. Well, anti-war. Sound like a good political view to have, doesn't it? Jason Cleveland says, good afternoon, Jay. Good afternoon to you, Jason. I highly recommend Knob Creek. I will try it in 2045. That's the problem with this world today. You can't have a difference of opinion without the whining, says Landon Bailey. I know, I don't understand it. I mean, I just don't understand it. I'm telling y'all the truth. I don't do that. That's not my modus operandi, like my method of operation. I don't say, oh, well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be his friend on Facebook because he said Bill Clinton was, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, no, I don't even know who this person is. But if they're pleasant, it's like, okay, well, oh, look, he went to Mexico. They ate at this restaurant. It looks very good. That food looks good. I'd eat there. I don't know the people. Looks very good. So I don't understand this hysteria, but you say, but you're not left wing. If you were a left winger, you would understand the hysteria. You would be part of the hysteria. Don't you know we're trying to save the world? Then I would probably understand it. But I think I'd rather be calm. All right, without being wound up. Daryl says, cheers, Ronald. Enjoying some Jack Daniels bonded rye. Oh, that sounds like a good one. I never had it. What is it like driving in Mexico? Same drivers there? Well, the times I drove my car in Mexico, it seemed fine. It's just like driving in anywhere else. I didn't find anything strange about it. I didn't do it legally because I didn't have the Mexican insurance. I was praying I wouldn't get in a wreck because you get arrested if you get in a wreck. But I didn't get in a wreck, but I was like, oh, I can't wait to get out of here. But I did drive around. Beerhound says, cheers, Jason. Okay, all right, let's get to this. So these are very similar, all kidding aside, and I wasn't really kidding in this video. So I think, even before I make my final assessment, I think these are so similar that really, honestly, they're the same product, even though they're not from the same company. But they're based, practically they're like the same. So with the nuttiness, I guess this is Classic Club, but it's close. It is. So that was an important part of it. The nuttiness gives it away. So Classic Club is a little bit, tiny bit, slightly bit more nutty, but it's so close. I wouldn't pay a penny more either. I mean, I'm telling you, I wouldn't pay a penny more one versus the other. I mean, you could, I wouldn't. Cheers, Bill, honey. Okay. Yeah, so the color is not too much different, but it is a little different. All right, well, thanks, everybody. Now it's back to the NFL.